Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. My name's Danielle Kingsbury, and I make videos about being a mom, being a wife, traveling, whatever I'm doing that day. So today is my 1 week postpartum video. I'm actually 1 week and a couple days postpartum, but we're gonna let it slide. I came into the kitchen to get a little snack because breastfeeding. So these are delicious. Dark chocolate, so good. And somewhere I read that dark chocolate's good for you if you're breastfeeding. I don't know if it's true or if somebody just put that somewhere because moms needed to hear it, but I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it as fact. So anyway, today we're gonna talk about what it's been like this time recovering for a week. Let me just be honest with you. My house recovering. Actually, it's not that terrible. Here, I'll let you see. Okay, see, there's some toys and stuff. Got Gilmore Girls on. One week postpartum. Honestly, I don't feel postpartum right now. If I'm comparing it with my first postpartum journey. So, physically, that's what I mean. I don't feel postpartum. This week has been full, and thank goodness Ben's mom was able to be here and clean and do dishes and cook and pay attention to us because we all need attention. She's been a lifesaver, and my mom came this weekend for a day, and she was here for 3 or 4 days, 3 days, over the birth of Delilah, helping with Joshua and Delilah, but she just can't take off work because she's a teacher. Okay, so this time, things have been a little bit different. So if you watched my labor and delivery story, you know that I didn't tear or have any stitches or anything like that. So physically, this past week I've dealt with soreness, especially my back. My back has been really sore. I've dealt with my hips being sore. I've dealt with my boobs being sore. But it just has been such a different experience than with Joshua that it's so hard. It's so much easier this time. Today is my first day solo at home with both kids. Joshua's sleeping and Delilah is sleeping, which is pretty cool. But let's get back to the whole point of this video. So last week we came home on Saturday. Saturday, we were exhausted. I think we're still exhausted, but it's gotten better. So for me, both times postpartum emotionally, the first week has been hard, not in a sad way, in an emotional way. In a you don't want them to grow up, you don't want to share these beautiful moments, you don't want the beautiful moments to go away. Not share with your family, but I don't know. It's a weird emotional time. And then this time, on top of that, was Joshua's not my baby anymore. So there were some tears shed. Not as many as when I was postpartum with Joshua. With Joshua, I just didn't want him to grow up. I don't know where that was coming from, but for a week, I was really sad that he was gonna grow up ever. And obviously I still don't want him to grow up. I want him to be my baby forever. But emotionally, you become okay with the whole fact that they're gonna grow up. So this time it was more Josh was not my baby. I can't spend 100% of my time with him. This is hard. And also I want to hold Delilah 100% of the time because she's my baby and she's perfect. And I want her to know me because with Joshua, literally, I just held him all the time because he was the only one I had to pay attention to. So that was kind of it was a little bit tough this past week, but I feel like things have, like, my hormones, that's what it is. My hormones have balanced so much. I can breathe, I can think about the kids growing up and not cry. I'm feeling great. I'm still feeling tired. I'm still a little bit sore. I still have some postpartum body things. Obviously my tummy has not completely shrunk back, but I feel like it's shrinking faster than last time. I don't know if that's true, but I feel like it, and I don't feel self-conscious this time because I'm like, I just had a baby. That's been easy. I will go ahead and insert a couple of clips in here, kind of throughout the week, what's been going on, and just of some baby sweetness.
Is it just me, or is it hard to agree with what you're trying to explain? I don't mind feather wings, no diamond rings, but that's not how you get to me, no. We could sit in the shade, talk till late.
What's that? Who's that?
And then we'll see. We can go for walks, stroll down the city park.
You can be gentle.
And maybe, just maybe,
baby.
Sweet delivery is never guaranteed, no matter the place or time. Oh, I like when you're whispering and really listening. Not too much fuss, so keep it easy. We could sit in the
Today I've finally gotten to the point where I can, like, set her down and I can set Joshua down and I can do something. And something I had to remind myself. Before she was born, I didn't spend every second with Joshua. I mean, I was with him every second, but I let him play in his room, or I let him do his thing, or I let him sit in his chair. I wasn't constantly engaging with him. Don't get me wrong, you need to engage with your kids. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it wasn't like 24/7 I was engaged looking into his eyes. And when I came home from the hospital, I feel like that's what I thought I was doing. And so every time I wasn't engaged with him, I was feeling guilty. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you're a mom of one and you're bringing home a baby, remember that even when it was just them, you weren't constantly engaging. You weren't constantly staring into each other's eyes. They had moments of independence before you brought home another one. So don't feel guilty every second that you're not looking into their eyes. Also, Joshua's doing great. He loves his sister. He wants to give her hugs constantly. The only thing that he ever wants, or that he ever seems to have a problem with, is sometimes he wants our attention and he's not getting it as much because I'm feeding her or Ben's doing something with her or whatever. But that's also not completely different, because there were times before that he wanted our attention, that we were cooking, cleaning, spending time with each other. So I guess what I'm saying is, try not to beat yourself up too much. I feel like I've gotten better in 1 week, and I'm sure I will only continue to get better at this. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I will have very many fails in life, but this week week 2, as we're entering week 2, feels better and more balanced than week 1. Week 1 was great. It was full of newness and snuggles, getting used to breastfeeding. Now I will say, this breastfeeding journey has been a little bit different. Her mouth is smaller than Joshua's, is what they said at the hospital. She has a very strong suck. So at first we were having to kind of, when she would latch, kind of help her open her lips up a little bit more. That caused some bleeding and some discomfort. So there was a moment where she spit up and there was blood in her spit up, and I freaked out, you guys. I was like, oh my gosh, I was freaking out. So we called the doctor, and I was like, it was after hours, and the nurse answered and she was like, it's from your nipples. It's fine. If there's red blood in a baby's spit up, it's not from them. If it's from them, it would be brown. So she was like, just take care of yourself. You know, she was really helpful and really nice. So for a couple of days, I like we had to do some airtime for the girls. We had to do some baths. We had to do a lot of nipple cream. We had to do a lot of recovery and healing, so everything would be working beautifully, you know, this week. So that has been probably the most uncomfortable part of this recovery, physically. And obviously I was worried about her when we saw the blood in her spit up. That was really scary. But other than that, it's been a good week. The first week is this kind of beautiful, chaotic whirlwind of emotion. And I am so glad that we had it. And I'm also glad that it's week 2. And we're starting to get, just slowly starting to get a little bit more into the swing of things and know what things are gonna look like and know how to share our time. And I've been, you know, trying to be really intentional about reading with Joshua a couple of times a day, and I've been taking a bath with him at night and letting Ben hang out with Delilah. And we've just been trying to be more intentional about what we're doing when we're with the kids, which I think is a good thing. And so this week I'm gonna start thinking about nutrition. Last week I wasn't thinking about nutrition. I'm not gonna say I went off the rails, like I wasn't eating donuts every day, but I just ate because I was hungry and trying to stay alive and trying to make breast milk. This week I'm gonna start thinking more about nutrition, specifically like just getting kind of cleaning it up as far as like whole foods go, cleaning it up. And then next week or the week after, week 3 or 4, I'll start doing some portion control stuff. So that's that. And then the emotional side, I think the focus this week was like just getting through, just being thankful for each kid and spending time with each kid. And I think that's just gonna keep being our focus for the kids, and then also just trying to be able to have intentional time with each other as well, as far as like me and Ben go, that isn't just like we're staying alive. So it's been a good week. It's been different and awesome and exciting and everything. So please, if you have any questions about my first week postpartum or anything like that, please let me know in the comments. Please let me know on my Instagram. Head over there and send me a DM. And if you guys have any a different experience, or if you want any tips for what it's like bringing home baby number 2 or going into labor or anything like that, just shoot me a message. I'd be happy to chat with you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We're gonna have so many fun videos coming now that Delilah's here. So thank you guys. We'll see you in the next one.